Hello and welcome to Full-Time live from the Old Suffolk Punch. We are Fulhamish, and today I am joined by the one and only Dom Betts.
Wagwan.
And I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Jarrad Nance, JarradHD. Jarrad, how you doing, man? You well?
I'm buzzing after that win.
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
What a day, what a day. I'm Jack Collins and we are live. Dom, first thoughts, let's go.
Well, that first half was absolutely awful. I'm sorry. Like, we can talk about the win and all that, but that first half was absolutely terrible. Like, I was like, when they was it scored off 5 minutes?
3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah.
Were you there? It makes a change. Were you in the ground?
Yeah, well, I limped to the ground, obviously. But no, I got there and I was like, they scored off 3 minutes. I was like, okay. What was the next goal after 10, 15, 20?
Yeah, it wasn't much.
And I was like, oh, can half an hour hurry up and go for a beer? And then we were down there and they were like, okay, if they score a third, well, we're going back to the pub. And I was fair enough. And my mate Justin was like, right, but I think he was like, I was supposed to be backing like Glenn Murray, like first half hat trick. But something changed at half time, something happened, and thankful for that. It's just a real shame that results obviously didn't go away today. But you know, let's say we didn't win today. I mean, I was already resigned to relegation after Burnley, but today in Palace provides something, and you know, it's just as I said. People said, oh, we could have got a point against Spurs, but for me, there wasn't anywhere to bounce on after that. Whereas today, you got Saturday and you can go straight into that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a second half.
Jared, what were your thoughts at half time, I suppose? That's conceding after 3 minutes, it's hard.
Yeah.
But then to go 2-0 down to exactly the same goal as well, and watch it happen twice, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, well, our defenders, I feel like they must be vampires because they're literally scared of crosses. Like, both those goals, carbon copies, could be the third as well.
Oh, yeah.
It was absolutely dreadful. Half time, I thought, I've travelled 24 hours to watch us basically put the nail in the coffin to get relegated. It was not good, but then second half, we went from Accrington Stanley. I think you posted it on the Twitter. We went from Accrington Stanley to Barcelona. Some of the performances from players, Christie springs to mind, went from being worthy of not even playing League 2 football to getting a call up to Barcelona. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, the Irish Dani Alves, as I call him. What a second half.
I'm not having that one bit, right?
Look, Ireland have 3 world-class right-backs, and today we saw one of them for 45 minutes.
Soon you play centre mid the better, clearly. No, I thought Seri was someone else.
Oh, absolutely.
In that second half,
in
that second half, I thought Seri was absolutely different. Bisto, he was absolutely quality. Like, a lot of people give him Seri stick, and I gave him a lot of stick earlier in the season. But I feel like the way we play, it's not like it doesn't suit him, but he has to do a lot more work. And I think, you know, a lot of people give him Ranieri stick because he hasn't given the players that I think deserve the chance this season enough playing time. But again, I feel like Cess works better off the bench in this league at the moment. So, yeah, I thought in that second half it was nice to see us attacking. Like, as everyone, Ranieri, yes, he knows how to play effective football and all that, but you know, what we were renowned for last year is attacking football. It was nice to see that, and you know, after that horrific first half, it was nice to see us going for it. And you know, it felt weird that how we conceded these 2 goals in this awful Brighton side.
Yeah. They were really, really bad second half.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that Callum Chambers volley, because
that was perfect.
Pig Zidane, I thought.
I feel like he had a fantastic game today as well. But barring that terrible pass he made in the first half, I think he was, along with Seri, one of our standout players for the game.
Absolutely.
It was absolutely fantastic to watch that volley. That was fantastic to watch. Yeah, I feel like, I've got to give credit. Ranieri, it's a fairly obvious substitution, but you've got to give him big ups for making the call early in the game to bring off Ream, put on Kenny. Yes, we're 2-0 down. Yes, it's fairly obvious, but plenty of other managers would be happy to stick with the team and kind of feel out till half time and then make the sub, but he brought him on and it paid big. Yeah.
I think he made, we've often criticised Ranieri's substitutions. I thought he made all 3 substitutions absolutely spot on.
Even when Vieto came on, a lot of people thinking, why didn't we bring on Sessegnon? But then I feel like he had a fantastic game. Was unlucky not to get another goal right at the end there. Could have had it squared to him by Mitrovic right at the death, and then a little bit earlier could have got an assist by squaring it to Mitrovic.
Yeah.
But I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Dom, is it any coincidence that we play our best football when we play 4-4-1-1?
It's not, though.
But Ranieri this week came out and was like, I think we've got the formation right. But Fulham against Southampton played 4-4-1-1. against Leicester when we were really good, played
My-
4-4-1-1.
yeah,
Today when we were good, 4-4-1-1.
My problem is that the 3-5, whatever the hell the system is, right? That the 3 or 5 at the back, right?
It's a 5-2-3.
Yeah, whatever he wants to play, it's all right at parking the bus and like protecting something, but when you, as I think we mentioned this on the podcast, that when we're trying to attack a team, there's no point playing that system. Like literally no point. Like 4-4-1-1, 4-2-3, whatever he wants to describe his system as, it simply complements the way we want to attack. And you know, it's been hard this season that, you know, likes Tim Ream and Dennis Story haven't been at their greatest, but
I thought Dennis Story was good again today.
yeah, exactly. But Ream, you know, he's not been at his greatest.
No.
But for me, it's all about the results now. Like, I couldn't care less how we played, but I'd rather us, if we look at the first half, I'd be like, well, I'd rather us play nice football and be terrible than play terrible football and be terrible.
Yeah.
But I thought in the second half he changed it, but that's probably what's even more frustrating than anything else, because you're like, why can't you play like that all the time? I know it's a reaction to how bad the first half was, but it's like, come on, where was that in the first half?
But flip it to you, like, is it one of those things where you see us play like that in the second half when we're playing possession, attacking football? Like, you know, this team is built to have the ball.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like a big thing we did that we weren't doing in the first half was simply putting it at Mitro's feet when he's back behind the goal. Like that opportunity we got where Vieto blasted it over the crossbar early, well, midway through the second half. That was purely because because Seri plays it to Mitrovic, he holds it up, waits perfectly, plays it to Seri, who then squares it off to Vieto, edge of the box. Like, we were unlucky not to score there. Another day we get a goal there, but a lot of the time using Mitro's size was fantastic. He didn't do anything in the first half purely due
also
to the
looked
fact,
very disinterested at points.
Yeah,
Like,
wasn't paying attention, wasn't really keen to be there. But then we finally give him the service he deserves, and it paid off for us.
how good was Tom Kearney?
He was good. He was good. You got to ask, like, why wasn't he starting a lot of the
No,
time?
I mean, I suppose that if you look at the formations, and when we've discussed it at length on the podcast and stuff, but you know, in a 5-2-3, there's no place for Kenny. But as soon as you go to that 4-4-1-1, there's absolutely nowhere he can't be in the team.
Is that what we were playing in the second half?
I think so.
Yeah.
4-4-2,
I couldn't figure it out because
4-4-1-1,
sometimes it was so narrow, and then all of a sudden Christie and Brian and then Vieto were just straight out in the wings. I couldn't work it out.
You speak about Vieto, I thought that was his best game under Ranieri.
He's off the mark.
Yeah, it's his best game under Ranieri by a country mile. Like, he was under Slav in the opening games. I thought he was class. I thought he was the only one creating chances for us. And I think we'll speak of Vieto, we'll speak at Sessegnon. I think something that goes under the radar of Ryan Sessegnon is the amount of chances he creates. Everyone says he's only scored 2 goals, set out 5. I'm just like, the amount of chances he creates that we just waste is quite high. I think when it comes to under 18s in Europe, he's in the top 5 for chances created, or under 21s chances created. So I think that, but going back to Vieto today was, I think, back to maybe not back to his best, but back to the Vieto we saw under Slavica Jukanovic, and it was nice to see that, because, you know, I think Vieto's got a lot of stick, but I think deservedly so over the last few weeks.
Especially at Oldham, where he was absolutely desperate.
I thankfully didn't have to go to that game.
I mean, I wasn't there either, but you know, it was a desperate before I've seen it.
I remember watching on my laptop at work, and I was just laughing because it was that embarrassing. But no, today, I see again, unfortunately, the results went against us. But if we didn't, let's say, get a result, we lost 2-0 or lost 3-0, whatever. How far away would we be behind? And you know, it's important when you have a game that's 4 or 5 days later that you have that chance to build on that momentum. And I think we do have a chance of that. I still think we're still too far away at this point, just because of the Newcastle result against Manchester City. But I mean, you know,
how's your luck? Right?
Yeah, how's your luck? But I think, you know, this, and we always knew this in the Palace game were vital, because yes, we're going to play United next after those two, but then, you know, as long I've always said this.
Burnley have shown today they're not invincible either, right?
Yeah. My point is that, you know, come April the 1st, or basically after Man City at home, if we're still within touching distance of that, we've always got a chance. Because, you know, we know how tough our running is until then, but, you know, we're in touch.
Once we flip that.
Once we flip those all against those top 5, top 6 sides at home, we know on our day we can beat anyone in this league. And we've said we'll bar Liverpool and City, probably, yeah. But, you know,
and Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea.
No, I think on our day we can match anyone, because, you know, we've got the players.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like we haven't got the talent. We just don't have the confidence. And I think today we'll hopefully build on that.
Andre Schürrle, first half.
He scored in a World Cup final.
Yeah.
That blows my mind how far he's declined really since then. Not that he was ever really, I don't know, he wasn't one of the world's best or anything when he scored that goal, but he was a quality player. To be playing for Germany in a World Cup final and the score is fantastic. And then he's a shell of the player he was then. Even when he was at Chelsea, early on in Dortmund, that was terrible in the first half. And the fact we switched so much when he came off.
He's absolutely useless. Yeah. He's absolutely useless.
I go so far to say that Andre Schürrle is fast becoming one of my least favourite players ever to put on.
No, but I don't understand how you can. Right, let's take.
He was bad at.
Let's take Cardiff and let's take Burnley. Right, both away from home. He scores 2 absolute bangers, but he's pony for the rest of the game. Like I don't care if you can score an absolute screamer, right? If you're still absolutely rubbish, I couldn't care what you do in the entire game. Like I'd rather someone who puts their effort in and makes an effect on the entire game than someone who scores a worldie and we still lose 2-1 thanks to 2 own goals.
All right, let's look forward now. We're going to this Palace game. Do you start the Palace game with the 11 that finished the game today?
It's hard to say, isn't it? I feel like going off momentum, you have to, but I don't know what Ranieri has up his sleeve.
He will
really.
definitely change something. The Tinker Man will tinker.
Yeah, he will tinker. But it'll be interesting to see how. I think Palace play tomorrow night. Do they? They play tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Southampton in a game that really is crucial for us. So whoever wins that game is looking like they're out the scrap. Yeah. Or at least on the way out.
Would we almost rather a draw in that game?
Tom?
No, I don't. I think you want. As far as I'm concerned, a Palace winning that game. Is it at Southampton? Yeah, so you want a Palace winning that game as far as I'm concerned because, Palace's away record, I don't think it's actually that bad. Their home record is where they can be attacked and, didn't really help for us that Connor Wickham scored, but I mean, if we get relegated, he's bang on, odds on to come to us in the summer. I'm not going to have it either way, but I think, Palace's home record is really bad this season.
It is really poor.
And it's very unlike a Roy Hodgson team.
Would you finish that? Do you start the same 11 that finished the game today?
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Well, as about you start Session over Joe Bryant left back?
Well, no, I'm not. No, maybe. I think the system we played today.
Yeah, absolutely. The 4-4-1-1.
The system we played today is clearly our most effective attacking system, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be attacking them. Like, I don't get why we shouldn't be attacking teams because everyone's like, oh, we protect the lead. I was like, protect?
No, we're bad. We're terrible at protecting leads. We're really bad at it.
No, I think since Ranieri's come in charge, we have dropped the most leads since. I think we've dropped the most points from winning position, right? So why try and protect it? Go out and attack. We know we've got good attacking players. Seri, Kearney, Sessegnon, Vieto, Mitrovic, Schürrle's pony.
He doesn't deserve to be on
Babble though.
Yeah, but use your drink, use your dance, use your babble. But my point is, there's no point us trying to defend the lead because we know we can't defend the lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
We might as well go out and attack him. If we look at the last game went to Selhurst Park, that was not a 4-1 victory. We didn't deserve a 4-1 victory in that game, right?
Of course.
But we went out and attacked them. We scored quality goals. That's what I think we need to do next Saturday.
At 2-0 down at half-time, Dom was trying to sell his Palace ticket to anyone in the concourse that would have it, which is fair enough, and I wasn't far behind him, to be perfectly honest. Do you go into that game now with a renewed sense of hope and optimism?
Of course, you have to. You have, after coming back from 2-0 down, that's the ultimate boost of confidence. And the fact that we put on 4, and I feel like we could have put on 6 or 7 if luck went our way. Kearney doesn't hit the post. We get a few lucky, don't hit the crossbar, a few little tap-ins. I've got to give credit as well to Babel. Good assist he got for that Vieto goal.
Absolutely.
Lovely, fantastic assist.
I refuse to accept it even if he looks at it where it's intentional.
I'll tell you what I would love heading into the Crystal Palace game. If we wake up either tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, and Wilfried Zaha has gone to Borussia Dortmund.
Be useful. Dom, Zaha?
I don't really see what issue he's going to cause us, perfectly honest, because I don't see in the last, since the new year, since December, November, what he's done.
Okay.
I haven't really seen him.
So you think Connor Wickham's going to do more damage?
Connor Wickham will do the damage, I'm telling you. He's a legendary striker. He gets goals. It's what, no. I think for us, Palace is not. We know how Hodgson likes to play a team. Right? We know the background how he likes to set a team up. We know how to counter that. We know we just need to not play into his game plan, just like attack him. Yes. He likes to set a team up to defend and counter them, but if we counter his, I don't see why we can't get a good result. I mean, I don't think we will win the game, but for us, their home record isn't good.
No, it's not.
And that, funny enough, they're actually better away from home. Because the way they set up, you know, Andros Townsend has actually probably been one of the better players. I think arguably he's been better than Wilfried Zaha.
Starman flying down the right, they nicked our song.
I know, disgrace. Fucking Royale. No, I think that he is one of their he's more of their danger man than Wilfried Zaha, as far as I'm concerned. Right. And I think we need to just make sure we attack them and not worry about them attacking us.
Right, where are we drinking on Saturday?
Clapham Junction. I'll see you in the Northcote, say nothing.
In the Junction.
Yeah,
okay. Right, Jarrad, final thoughts for today, you know, on Palace, what was overall been a happy man, I imagine?
I'm very happy. I mean, first Fulham game live in the flesh, yeah. Right? Been a fan since I was like 9 years old back in 2005, 2006 I think it was. Seen a lot of up and downs, but finally see a game live at the Cottage and to make it as memorable as that. 2-0 down at half-time thinking, all right, that's our season, this is the relegation tour, to having a renewed sense of optimism now and really keen for Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say, and you'll be with us again on Saturday. Yeah. It's going to be real.
Yeah, proper Fulham away day. Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting the full experience.
I've experienced a few of them in Australia. Sydney derby is pretty good, but I'm really excited to see how this little London derby goes. Keen to see what the Fulham fans are all like on the road.
Sell them your channel quickly.
Yeah, so if anyone out there is interested in FIFA content or starting to move into a bit more football content now, make sure you go check out my YouTube channel or give me a cheeky follow on Twitter. More active over there at JarradHD.
Definitely check out JarradHD.
Oh man,
one of the boys, a Fulham legend. Dom, final thoughts before we call this a day?
That first half was absolute pony.
It was.
I mean, that's the only thing I can really say after that.
That's it. But the second half was magnificent.
You know, it was, and it's just really annoying how we can be so polar opposite between halves. Like, I understand we get the result and all that, but like, how you can be that pony compared to that be alright? Yeah, but roll on Palace. I mean, you know, it's a London away, unfortunately, but you know.
But roll on Palace. We have been Fulhamish. This is the Old Suffolk Punch on the Fulham Palace Road. Come find us here after every single home game. We're always here. Thank you, as ever, to Dom Betts.
It's alright, lads.
Thank you to special guest Jarrad Nance, JarradHD. Make sure you check him out on YouTube and Twitter. I've been Jack Collins. This has been Fulhamish.
You whites.
You whites.
You whites.
See you later.
Fulham.